Hello, it's me, your host Luigi. All right, no, we're not doing that. Hello, guys. It's time for another live stream working on the Sonic thing. So, yeah. I hope everyone is doing well. Hello, Spider Mark, Joseph Plays, Farhag is cool. Alright. Peely, the Hedgehog Sonic, Bendy guy. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people showing up, which is awesome. So yeah, we're gonna get to animating. Just one moment, it will be a little bit of a... Okay, it'll blip in, I hope. Yeah. I've been saving the... Okay, for anyone wondering, yeah, I've been saving this Sonic scene of him jumping because I wanted to do this kind of thing on stream. Because this is like the most spoiler-free thing I can do. I'm doing well, Kevin. Thank you for asking. Alright, so I guess I'm going to work on some cleanup and some in-betweens, actually. So that'll be fun. The nice thing is, this part of Sonic is mostly a loop. And then I have to figure out the bucket, which I'll animate probably, hopefully, today. I actually got a little bit of things done. I worked on a spider. The spider Sonic's looking at. Let's see if I can show him. So like, you know, the spider comes down. Let's go in the file of the spider. So I can show you the spider. Alright. Here's the spider. He turns. Yeah, that's it. But I mean, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So, yeah, we're gonna work on Sonic. He's gonna be freaking out, looking at the spider. Let me know if the audio, if there's any issues with the audio, or something like that. You know, because I want to make sure it sounds clear, or the music's not too loud, whatnot. Thank you for the compliment, Spider Mark. There's a bunch of talented animators. Okay, awesome. I will turn down the music. Just one moment. All right, let me know if that's any better. I hope that's better. All right. So, right now I'm gonna be working on Sonic himself. And yeah, let me know if that's any better, because there is some delay with the stream. So, oh shoot, I need to enhance the thickness of the line so I can see the same thickness throughout the scene. Yeah, I don't really know how to put it. Why does it look so smooth? I don't know. I used a lot of in-betweens, probably more than I should have. It's alright, I mean, it was kind of worth, Okay, cool. As long as the audio's better, because I don't want it to be too loud. Thank you, B-Rod. Alright. Again, it's a major delay. It's like a minute, so I'm like a minute ahead of you guys. Like what you're seeing. Gotta get this nose right. Let's zoom in. Oh gosh, now everyone's getting all over the line thickness. Why? Alright, that looks better. Kind of. Cleanup's not my favorite part, in case you couldn't tell. It's the most time consuming. I'm doing good, Rhythm Riot. Thank you for asking. of course everyone will know he dressed as Sonic. But you'll find out. Well, that's cool, unknown man. Neat. Alright, I hope I'm doing the tape right. It kind of doesn't matter too much because he's going to be moving a lot, but I just want it to look right. Sorry if I'm not looking too much at the chat. I mean, I'm trying to, but, you know, I'm also trying to focus on these lines. Yeah, no, I don't like how the tape looks. You could try opposite, like reverse curve. So let's try that. So go this way, this way. I have not done a My Little Pony animation. I probably won't because of certain YouTube things. That, and I'm not really into it. But you never know. Alright. What is my favorite Sonic? Like, design of Sonic? That's pretty tough. Sidekick of Side. I like your new username, by the way. I'd say I like the Sonic, Toy Sonic, he's called. He's one of my favorite designs of Sonic from the opening of Sonic CD. I do like Movie Sonic, the new one. And I really like the 2D artwork for the Dreamcast era of Sonic. Alright, I think that'll work. Kind of. No, it won't. Maybe I should just get rid of this stripe, these zigzags. So let's do that. The one thing about cleanup is you gotta make sure everything you do is very intentional, or you're gonna end up like having ugly gaps. Yeah, when you try and correct things, so you end up just having to redo most of it. I try not to, just because I want to save time. All right, we'll just smooth that out. Yeah, I'm gonna try and, after this project, I'm gonna try and find a way to do cleanup faster. Because this is the process that takes me the most time. Now, I'm working a lot slower, so I can just talk. But, yeah. I don't think they'll replace, modern Sonic, to be honest with you, Killian. I don't think so. But I would like them to take design ideas like the more realistic quills, like the fur texture, kind of like what Crash Bandicoot did. I like that. I mean, that's just me. But you know. What's up, Garfield, the loving lasagna cat? How's John? Has he given you lasagna yet? Because, you know, that's kind of what he does. I know, right? Yeah, guys, it's actually Garfield. So, you know, we got Garfield here, which is pretty awesome to have a celebrity joining the live stream chat, such as Garfield. Oh shoot, I forgot which way I make the eye shines. Okay. All right. See if I can get his eyes to kind of work a little better. It's tricky. Okay. That. I'm feeling well, MCTV Ashley. My family is doing well as well, so that's always good. But yeah. Wow, that looks bad. There we go. That'll do. I hope all of you are doing well during this time, staying healthy, families staying healthy. You know. Alright, let's get the... No! This tiny piece. There we are. Not really Rhythm Riot, but I will read your name most of the time, unless it's inappropriate. Then I'll try and work around that. Okay, Cuphead, I've been working on this. Pretty much every day I've been working on this for hours. It's a very large project. So, I don't really... I mean, I also have been playing video games when I have free time. Because I work on this thing like maybe 5 to 8 hours a day sometimes. So, sometimes I think maybe longer. But most likely 5 to 8 hours each day. I just want to make sure this is a good finale, and I've been trying to upload as well consistently, so I really appreciate it when you guys watch those, because it keeps me going, and it kind of helps me sort of, kind of buys me some time while I'm working on this thing, to be honest with you. So, it's good to see that a lot of you really enjoy my regular uploads of, just whatever. Yeah, Malika, well, yeah, no, I wouldn't really. I don't recommend you do that, because, yeah, don't do that, please. We don't need that in the chat. The goal is to keep everything pretty chill here, and I don't want to have any issues. Yeah, I like Mario, Rhythm Riot. Yeah. I'm the first person to pronounce your name right. Huh. Well, I'm glad I pronounced it right then, Malik, because, yeah, sometimes it's hard to get it right. Even for me with other usernames, I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm probably butchering it. That happens. Ah, shoot, this is actually trickier than I thought. How am I going to go about this? So, when he leans back. Alright, so I'm just going to redraw his shoes. No big deal. Turn this thing down here. There we are. Now, let's get the ropes done, and then we can worry about the rest of his body here. What do I animate with? Good question, Bobo Animates. I use something called Adobe Animate. It's a pretty good software. You can do different animation styles besides traditional. You can do something called puppet animation, and that's much more time efficient, but it doesn't look as nice, in my opinion. I guess that's subjective, but you know, there's also some issues with this software. It crashes. It tends to do that. It's not like it always crashes, but it can crash. The other thing is the drawing tools. Like, you know, sometimes you'll get a really nice line, but then when you're doing cleanup, you just sometimes will have issues. And they added a new tool to kind of fix that. I mean, yeah, they've really fixed it over time. It used to be really bad. I'm so glad they fixed the tools. So, you know, I think now, yeah, you could definitely get into using the software. And not really have any issues. You know what, let me see if I could turn off my notifications sounds, because I don't want any interruption for the stream. Not really, Unknown Man. Not really. Like, I think the only thing I enjoyed of this series is, like, the characters, like, the designs. That's about it. But even that, I'm just kind of like, eh. It's alright. Well, not really. Eh. I guess it's just, like, it's still around, though. I'm just surprised. I thought the series was gonna, like, end after the 4th game. I think it was supposed to originally, but then Scott's like, no, the series needs a closure, and I'm screwing up Sonic's leg. Oh no. This is bad. No, Scott Coffin did not say I'm screwing up Sonic's leg. I did. That was not a quote. Star Puppet Shadow Ted, please stop spamming the chat. If you're gonna put anything in the chat, please. Alright, well, you're gonna get put in timeout. Alright, this is tricky. Alright, let's redraw his shoes. I'm hoping to finish this jumping thing on the stream, but I don't know about that. Oh yeah, Sebastian. I watch Peter Netter. I like his videos. Robloxian movies. Oh, did you finally play Sonic Forces? Or did you just kind of like, oh, well, now looking back at it, it's kind of... I was just really disappointed. Like, it had a lot of potential, but it just is awkward, really. Like, I don't know how to describe the game, except it's just not what Sonic's about, really. Like, you play other Sonic games. It's just... I don't know. I think they need to get new people. And it's sad, but I feel that way. Yeah, Sonic World. That's an awesome fan game. I like it. I've played it before. I used to play it, at least. Really fun. It's got Sonic Adventure 2 physics for the most part. And I think a mix of Sonic 06 as well. I haven't played Sonic 06. What are rough drawings for? That is an awesome question, the Emerald Elias animations. So rough drawings are kind of a guide for me to know what I'm doing. If I were to draw a bunch of clean drawings like this, the character could get off model and not look the same size over time if I'm not careful. So, and I can also get confused as to what I'm supposed to do in the next main frame of the drawing. So I sketch it out sort of almost as a framework to build off of. So I kind of just go on top, and I do break away from some of it. Like, I correct things as I go, but I use it mainly just so I know what I'm doing with the animation. There's also another phase that I'm not really doing here, but it's called a tie down, and that's making it close to clean up and but not quite clean, and that's where you focus on getting the form of the character right. And oh my goodness, Flash, why? This thing glitched. Sorry. But yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I like Peter Netter's videos, Rhetoric. They're just enjoyable to listen to and watch. I've thought about making a Crash Bandicoot animation before Rhythm Riot. I don't know if I'll really get to do that in the near future, but it's definitely something I've considered making. I like Crash Bandicoot as well. I'd have to write a script. I'd have to, you know, figure out how, like, okay, one thing I learned from this Sonic Part 3 is I don't want to make super long cartoons unless I know I can do it. Like, I know I can finish this, don't get me wrong. Like, alright, it should always be a goal to make the video longer, but I don't want to make it too long that you aren't getting a new cartoon frequently, you know? My goal is to try and make things more frequent, but I think I've been doing alright with uploads, so, you know, that's just me thinking kind of as like a goal is to get cartoons out pretty frequent. If it's shorter, I can usually finish it faster, because, yeah. This cartoon, I've pretty much gotten to the almost the 3-minute mark, so I'm over halfway, I'm beyond halfway on this thing. And I think it's gonna get slightly easier and then tricky at the very end. But yeah, this is gonna be finished, I think, soon. Hopefully. I can't give you a day though. Dude, what is up with Adobe Flash right now? Or Animate or whatever. Whatever you want to call it. It's glitching. Look at this. What is this? Also, that's another reason I may not like cleanup. Is lines doing stuff like that. Alright. No, I'll get it. I know I have another quill to do, and I'm just going over this part. Oh, shoot. I need to close this gap, though. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But let me do that. But thank you. I appreciate it. Because I gotta finish this quill, that quill, tail, arm, and then, yeah. I have played Streets of Rage a little bit. I haven't played through the whole game, but I have played Streets of Rage before. It's pretty fun. I know they made a 4th one recently. So that's cool. It's been a while, I think. Since the 90s, from what I'm aware of. Unless they had some other Streets of Rage reboot. I probably would not be able to make that in particular, Rhetoric. But the Mario movie, that could be a video in the future. It could. I'm not promising anything. But the first Mario movie was really weird. Like, just oof, it was weird. Like, Bob Hoskins, the guy that played Mario, hated working on it. The writers, they did not know what they were doing, from what I'm aware of. It's just it's a very bizarre movie, and I think it is one of the starters for weird, for the reputation video game movies have, saying, oh yeah, video game movies are bad. Cause I think it started kind of around then, when it was just starting with video game movies. Onion rings are awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I like them bucket zombie. I like part 2 a lot, and part 1, I'm proud of both of those videos with how they came out. I think they both were really fun. My favorite writing wise, I don't really know. I like part 2, but people got mad that Sonic gets tied up in the end, and Jim Carrey replaces him. I did that because of time. I wanted to get the video done. Originally, I was gonna do a really bad, terrible joke about Sonic not paying his taxes, and I thought it was really boring. So I resulted in, because I wanted Jim Carrey to replace Sonic. I thought it'd be a funny joke, like him in a really awful looking Sonic costume. But I didn't do the taxes joke because it just didn't make sense. I'm like, why would that be brought up at all? Sonic doesn't pay taxes because he's not even old enough to pay taxes. So no, it was a bad joke that he'd run away and Jim Carrey would replace him. I thought it was a horrible ending. So, I mean, then again, if I did that, I probably wouldn't be making part 3. But, I do know part 3 is gonna be awesome. You're gonna like it, and it'll be worth it. I think, making part 3. But yeah, that's why I, hang on. Okay, so Gonzalo T asks, do you think gamers need to rise up or stay seated? Gamers, I don't know if they really get up. No, I'm kidding, I don't know. Yes, I've thought of making a Banjo-Kazooie thing before. Hang on, before CSF movies. Yeah, I mean, I've thought of that. I really love a lot of the characters, and I can do a Banjo-Kazooie thing in the future possibly, but I want to, you know, I have things on my list that I need to finish, this being number 1, and then I have another project that I haven't really disclosed online, but maybe I'll live stream that, and you can see the process of making a cartoon, because it's at its bare stages, like it's starting stages and phase, that I could show you guys a little more of the process that you're not seeing here. All right, let's get this colored. All right, yeah. So gotta find out how to do this thing. Okay, so part of the problem, oh shoot, come on, please. So I didn't color that on these other frames. Let me do that right now. And then we'll come back to the frames I'm working on. Please. There we go. All right. All right, we can draw the knot thingy here. Let's color this. Come back to this color. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. How much more longer do you think the stream's gonna go? I need to go, but I might come back. I don't know, Malik, but it's all right if you have to go. If it's on later, you can try and come back. If not, that's all right. I'm just glad you came. Glad you could make it. And oh no, what did I do? Shoot. I don't like that. I didn't want to do that. My mistake. Turn off this onion skin, my goodness. One thing I don't like about Adobe Animate, for some reason they changed the onion skin, which is a tool that lets you go back and forth. Well, not back and forth. I'm sorry, it lets you see the drawings behind things and all that. I don't know what they did, but it's just so difficult to tell what I'm looking at sometimes because of the onion skin. I don't know what they did, it's just so bad sometimes. I mean, I don't mean any disrespect to Adobe. I'm just saying it's kind of wonky. That, and it's always set to like 70 each time. So I have to go into the settings every time I have a separate file thingy. Ugh, it's just, ugh, no. I can't even, like, have a preset for it. Like, my preferred percentage for onion skin. It's so weird. I don't know why that's not an option. But, anyway. Kind of a weird complaint. You don't know what it is, but it's alright. Some of you probably know what an onion skin tool is, but it's basically what lets me see the previous drawing. Like the drawing before. But sometimes it's just so muddled, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what it is, it's just... eh. I mean, I'm glad they give us settings, but... Yeah, about the sequel thing, I don't know if they're having a sequel. They want to make a sequel to the Sonic movie, Rombo, but I don't really know if they're gonna make it. I hope they do. Because it's not anything confirmed. That's the thing. They just say, yeah, we'd love to make one. You know, it's not a confirmed thing. They have plans, but it's not currently in the works from what I'm from the information I've seen. I think they'll make a sequel, though, because you don't end it on a cliffhanger like that, do so well in the box office that you don't make a sequel. That would make no sense. But, you know, I'm just gonna assume there's gonna be a sequel. It'd be neat if they make another one, and then you have Tails, and we finally know why the heck he's in, like, you know, what he's up to. I don't know. Alright, let's color this in. I've thought of trying Toon Boom before, B-Rod. Something I'd have to do sometime just to learn the tools. There's some great rigging tools, but I do want to also focus on traditional animation, so... Well, alright, Rhythm Riot. I don't really give shoutouts, but I don't know if you make content, but if you do, people in the chat should just check him out. Check out his channel, because he might have some content there. I don't know, I haven't been to his channel, I don't think. But, yeah. Alright, let's get this, and oh my gosh, this is another thing, I don't know what causes this gap thing to happen. So yeah, you wonder why it takes long. Sometimes that happens. It's probably me, but still. I don't know how Eggman would really get to use Tails. Like, I don't know how that'd work. I think he's gonna use the quill to make like either a portal or Metal Sonic. That would be awesome if he makes Metal Sonic. And then Sonic would have to fight Metal. That'd be a great sequel. Just saying, that would be really, really cool. Alright. Sheesh. I don't know why this happens. Like those annoying gaps, it screws up the line and everything. It's probably me. How will it affect the franchise? I think Sonic's becoming more of a household name in regards for the character and the merchandise of the character and the memes. Can't forget the memes, but more so than being, oh wow, he's a great video game character. Like, people only will say he's a good video game character these days because of his design. Most of his games lately are just not very great. I mean, I still love Sonic games, but it's like, I was disappointed with Forces. And we haven't seen anything since then. That, except Team Sonic Racing, which was okay from what I played. I love Sonic Mania. I just think 3D Sonic can work. They just have to find a way to, like, maybe a new formula. Or if they do the boost, just get people to know how to make levels for it. Like, I don't know. The context. Okay, so Drew the artist, I already said earlier. The reason Sonic gets tied up, I don't know if you've watched my videos, but what happened was, in part 2 of my basically Sonic the Hedgehog the movie series, the new Sonic's talking to Jim Carrey like, oh yeah, I'm the new Sonic and everybody loves me and stuff. And Jim Carrey's not a fan because in an interview he wasn't huge on the idea of a redesign at first. And then what happened was, in the cartoon, Jim Carrey got all like ticked off, tied up Sonic and locked him in a broom closet so he could be the Sonic. And he has a Sonic costume. And you're gonna find out why he did it in part 3 and all that stuff. But the reason I had him tie up Sonic was because originally part 2 was supposed to be the end of the series of well, it was supposed to be just part 2, just the last part about the new design. And what happened was, I at first had a joke like, okay, I want to have Sonic somehow be like out of the picture and Jim Carrey takes the spotlight as Sonic for the movie. Because, you know, it'd just be a funny gag seeing him in a goofy Sonic costume. So at first I'm like, okay, well, maybe Jim Carrey could accuse Sonic of not paying his taxes, and Sonic gets all concerned about it, and then he runs away, and then Jim Carrey replaces him. And I thought that was a horrible idea. It wasn't very funny, and I was concerned most people just wouldn't enjoy that. So and also for expediency and saving time, I just so like the second option was that Jim Carrey would lock Sonic up in the broom closet and replace him. So I went with that because it would save time. But now you're going to see if Sonic escapes and what he will do with Jim Carrey when he gets out. If he gets out. Yeah, you'll see. Hope that kind of explains it. Do I know Verbal Ace? I know who he is, kind of. Like, the YouTuber. He does, like, cartoon rap battles. Okay, I missed some of the comments, but yeah, exactly, Gonzalo T. Sonic does work in 3D, like Sonic Adventure. That's one of my favorite 3D Sonic games. I think that's it. I think for Sonic, it has the best physics in 3D. That's how I feel about that one. Yeah, so Blue Chimp, that's a good question. I do animate on 2s most of the time, but for things that are extremely slow, and I do not recommend doing it, but I only do it because I need to save time, especially considering how long this cartoon is. Sometimes, if I don't have time to add all the in-betweens, I'll just animate it on 3s. But that's a good question. I recommend, if you're learning animation, animate on 2s and 1s when you need to. Definitely learn timing and stuff like that. Alright, I think that'll work. Nah, he won't do that to Jim. Nah. Sonic wouldn't do that. That's like Superman. Superman wouldn't kill anyone. Except I know they did that in one of the movies, and everybody got mad. So yeah, no, I don't know. Now I'm concerned if the stream will be demonetized. Huh. I scream Tom. I just animate with a bunch of drawings most of the time. I mean, it's... Here, I'll show you. So, when I do animation, I usually start with rough drawings. So, like, here, Sonic's tied up on the bucket, and he's going to be looking at a spider. He notices the spider, and then he freaks out. And how he's moving is it's a bunch of drawings. Timed out. Yeah, it's just a bunch of drawings, and then I work on top of it, and I make the drawings all nice and clean and fix any issues. I mean, the only thing I don't like about this that I screwed up on was his eyes, but I don't think I'll have the time to fix it. So, yeah, it's kind of a little wobbly. No, you're not getting it demonetized, Drew the Artist. No one is. I'm just joking. I don't think it's gonna get demonetized. Exactly, B-Rod. Alright, let's get this going. Yeah, so, you'll just have to find out what Sonic does, how he gets out, what he does when he confronts Jim Carrey and all that. Why Jim Carrey did it in the first place. You know, all those questions that everyone asked in the comments, I'm hopefully going to address with this in a very entertaining way. And it is an entertaining one. This is probably, like earlier you asked which one's your favorite. I'd say once this is done, this one will be my favorite. Just because the writing is really good, the animation is pretty decent. I think this one is, like, I kind of learned from my mistakes in the other ones. Bastion YT, it does take a lot of time. I mean, really, hundreds of hours. Like, it's only worth it because it's like, okay, cool, I made a cartoon and I just hope everyone enjoys it. But that, and I'm good at it for the most part. I mean, I'm not the best at animation. I know there's a lot of animators who do better, but I think I can say solidly I have a lot of the fundamentals down, so I can just make cartoons, and I think it's very worthwhile. Because you get to tell the stories and all that, you know. Next video, Sonic pays his taxes. What a great idea, Anthony. That sounds like a good video, to be honest. Just because of how obscure the title is. Like, that would be a very, very interesting video. That's actually a funny idea, Stupid Fish. I don't know. I mean, this thing is long as it is. If it's something I can do that's short, I might consider that, but I don't know. But that is a funny idea. I do like that. Ah, shoot. I don't know why this is happening. It's probably me. Or the screen I'm drawing on is a little slippery. It's hot in here. What are my thoughts on OpenTunes? I've heard it's good. I've heard it's also very complicated. The only thing I'd say though is that I didn't really get to try it like I wanted to, because when I first tried downloading it, it just lagged and I couldn't use it. I couldn't even draw on it. But if it works for you, then that's great. There's also something called Krita, so that's another free thing. And my goodness, the screen. Arrgh. How many hours does it take you to animate? That depends on what I'm animating. Ice Cream Tom. It depends. Some things are more difficult, like, so basically the more drawings, the more time it's gonna take. If it's an animation that requires little drawing, or I'm reusing drawings, then it's not gonna take too long. Like, the Isabelle cartoon, I spent maybe 10 hours working on that. Well, okay, I think a little longer than that. I spent not near as much time as I put into this thing, because that is just a lot of reusing the same dance, just with different mouth animation through it, and that's about it. So, you know, it just depends. Some people can turn, like, they can get their animation out like really fast, and good for them. If they can do that, then awesome. Like, even the process I'm doing, some people can work through and do this kind of stuff really quickly, and I'm just amazed. It's like, wow, okay, you're fast. Sorry if I'm missing the chat. All right, let's see. Blue Chimp asks, how do you write your scripts? Awesome question. Most of it is just ideas I get in the shower. I think of a dumb joke or a dumb scenario. Like, okay, most of the stuff I write is parodies, but I can kind of write original stuff, like my Christmas cartoon. With that, I just wrote it to be like, okay, I wanted to make a Christmas special. If you don't know, I used to have a different YouTube channel, and it had like 20,000 subscribers, but most of them just kind of stopped watching. And there was an issue in November where I had to delete my channel, and I was very sad. I didn't want to delete my channel, but I did. So I wanted to make a Christmas special for the followers that knew I was off YouTube and watched my stuff on Newgrounds and Blair, different website, similar to YouTube. So in writing that, I just wanted to make it like, I'm trying to make a professional Christmas special, but it just goes wrong because I don't have the budget. That was the joke. So that's why everything, like the background falls over, the chair falls over, the door, you know, you'll just see dumb stuff happen, like, okay, I can't afford the set, I can't afford the chair, like in the cartoon. And then I came up with like a really creepy Santa guy, and I just wanted it to be like, okay, it's our special guest Santa, but he's like a really weird Santa that just no one wants to be near him. So that's kind of you know, you just kind of think of goofy scenarios, and then you can write dialogue based off of that. I really would appreciate it if you don't do that, Bastion YT. I appreciate you asking me, though. I'm seriously, like, trying to make this look right. Shoot, like, it's a tricky part. And the screen, I think my hands are just sweating. Is the Grinch in part 4 or 5? I think I'm gonna stop at part 3, to be honest with you, Ali. But if the sequel comes out, I'll consider making another Sonic movie thing. But that would be like a little bit of time. But you never know. I might make other Sonic cartoons in the future. You never know. You just gotta stick around to find out. But the Grinch, that's a good idea. I mean, there is a reference to the Grinch in this. There is. So, you'll find it. Ah, shoot. This line. Thank you, Lynx. I appreciate the compliment. Gotta animate fast. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm really not going that fast right now. Sorry. And I screwed up his proportions, so now his, like, I'm trying to keep his legs the right size. And then again, I think I can lower this a little bit. There we go. Alright, that's closer to the sketch. I want to keep it close, so I don't have to change things up too much along the way. Does Jim get fat? I mean, I kind of made him fat, but he's not really... No, I mean, he's pretty much like in part 2, with the Sonic suit. The funny thing is, I didn't intend to do that, I just thought it looked goofy. Like, when I put him in the Sonic suit, his physique is completely different than when he's not in the suit, which is kind of funny. But you know what? It works. It's a good gag. So, you know. Hey, Luke, what's up? Oh gosh, why would you even attempt to watch Cats? No. Dude, what? Why would you do this? No. What happened to all the Newgrounds animators? Well, Blue Chimp, most of them are doing gaming channels now because the format of YouTube used to be great for animators. Like back in the Newgrounds days, if you had a following there, you could just put your stuff on YouTube, and they had to because I think people would steal their stuff and people would watch it. Like, you know, because it was popular on Newgrounds when they were moving to YouTube, and then they just would get a good following, like Ego Raptor, Psychic Pebbles. Then what happened was, like, YouTube around 2010, 2012 started getting gaming channels, like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, those kind of channels, Markiplier, and Minecraft. You know, those kind of things just really blew up on YouTube. And those Newgrounds animators decided, hey, it's not worth doing animation if the platform's not going to pay me as much as gaming videos. Because now we're paid by, okay, how long is your video and how much ads can we put in there? Like, if we can put, like, if you have a short video, you can get an ad in front of your video and at the end of the video. But if you have a 10-minute video, you can place ads all over the thing. And YouTube tends to endorse longer videos, especially on topics that are trendy. And it's way easier to make a gaming video every day or every other day than do an animation that might come out maybe once a month. So the Newgrounds animators just kind of phased out in that regard. But some of them still do artwork and animation. Like Aaron from Game Grumps, he still can animate. So yeah. And he still does some animation. Not as much. He usually hires people now, like, for his music video stuff. Then Psychic Pebbles, I think recently he did a pilot for some cartoon for Adult Swim, I think. I didn't watch it, but, you know. They haven't completely quit animation. It's just more so like, okay, it's kind of just not as financially viable or reliable. Okay, I missed what you said, Luke. He says, okay, because I wanted to achieve the impossible by watching the Cats movie. Even if you take all of the visuals, it's basically a mediocre telling of the musical. I have not seen either. I've seen, like, screenshots of Cats hurts. Like, I know that's like, kind of, like, what? No, but seriously, it just, I don't know, it kind of hurts even just looking at pictures of the thing. I don't know. Is it that bad? Like, I don't know what the appeal is. She's just, like, cat people that basically look like they don't have clothes on, because most of them don't, and it's just very disturbing. Oh yeah, and there's also songs, but I don't know. I wish they did the animated version though. I saw some concept designs for an animated version of Cats. Those designs were excellent. It had almost a Don Bluth style to it. Now, then again, depending on how it's written in the songs, because I'm not familiar with them, it could also be terrible, so I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Gonzalo T. I haven't been on Newgrounds for a while, but there is a new wave of Newgrounds animators, you're right. Yeah. And it's good to see, though. It's like, you know, I'm glad to see creators just wanting to make stuff and not just comply with YouTube's algorithm all the time. Like, you can beat the system, I think, if you upload what's current, and if you find a good schedule, even if the videos aren't as long, then you can do it, I think. But it's still very difficult. But yeah, I really do like a lot of Newgrounds stuff. Some of the animation there is better than a lot of television animation, to be frank with you. So he says the theater show is basically a style over substance shtick, and it's basically segmented like Fantasia. Honestly, I feel like people should adapt the book instead. Like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I guess, you know, it's just like Broadway shows are kind of like that. It's just, you know, a lot of more so trying to be spectacle, and the story just is out there. All right, let's hope this works, because I don't know if this will work, and I just want this Sonic cartoon done. Alright, I think I can do this. Yeah, Patreon's a good thing. I'm thinking of starting one. Like, yes, YouTube's cool. And I agree with you. You can't rely on just YouTube for financial stuff if you're gonna make content online. Patreon is extremely helpful. And my goodness, why can't this... I don't know what's up with my screen. It's probably me. Yeah, I looked it up once, Luke. It's like, kind of like, just... I think if I get it right, it's like certain cats get a chance to, like... I don't even know what. Not die or something, or die, or... I don't even know. Have a better life. They have to, like, at least in the Broadway show, I think it's like, you know, they have to prove themselves through singing or something. I don't I mean, it sounds kind of cheesy as a run thing. Alright, let's get this done. What am I doing? I should just copy paste this. Boom. Done. Saved me a good 2 minutes. Trying to make sure it looks right. There we go. What inspired you to make cartoony animation? Okay, so mostly I like Disney stuff. I want to get to that level. And that's gonna take a lot more study and practice with anatomy, timing, spacing, the principles of animation. But I really like Looney Tunes. I like the writing. I like the writing from Gumball, The Amazing World of Gumball. I take a lot of the randomness from those kind of things. I just like classic traditional animation. That's just my thing, you know. Oh shoot, what happened to the eye? Oh no. Now I have to paste the eye there. Because I screwed up and I accidentally deleted it or something. Alright, that works. That was a close one. Let me hit save before anything happens. Blake Extraordinaire, I don't know when this will come out. It'll come out soon, hopefully. It's getting closer. This stuff takes time. I've saved only this scene, and I think another one I can kind of do on stream for you guys, because I don't want to spoil anything. I grew up watching it, Classic Sonic. Not every episode's great, I mean, you know, but some of the episodes are really, really well written, in my opinion. Yeah, I like the Xerox era stuff, Luke. I like it. Those animators were just so talented. Like, my goodness. Like, Jungle Book. I think that was Xerox. I could be wrong, but that, like, if you look at how they animated, what's his name? King Louie? Oh, so good. There's so much, you can just see the weight of, like, how, like, he'll move his arms, and you'll even see the flabs on his arms move. I mean, that's some attention to detail. And understanding how to convey that through drawings. And that's so important when it comes to traditional animation. Any animation, actually. Alright, let's see. Oh, shoot, I don't have color available. There we go. But yeah, that's really a good one. The Xerox. If anything, it gave it a different line art style, which is kind of nice. It changed things up for a while with Disney. Oh, Sonic Underground is so weird. I only watched it, I guess, for how obscurely goofy it is, like you say, Luke. It is really goofy. What's even creepier is all of Sonic's siblings are voiced by the guy that voices Sonic, and when you realize his sister's voiced by Julia White too, it's like, okay, I don't like this. It's just awkward. Yeah, I know Milk Call worked on him, and yeah, Frank Thomas. But those guys were excellent. Like, man. I mean, we still have animators that are very good, but Something with those older Disney films that are just excellent. Have I ever tried 3D animation? Yeah, Blue Chimp, I have. I've gotten to use the student version of Maya a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing in there. I just downloaded some free rigs and messed around in it. Pretty fun, but easy to screw up, I'll say that. You can break the rig. And what that means is, like, if you try and pose the characters and you, like, go a little overboard, it'll break and kind of just screw up the whole thing, and it just, yeah. Hey, CJ. Good to see you, man. Oh, Luke, remember that one episode of, what is it? Oh yeah, in Sonic Underground, there's one episode with, like, this fake robot baby hedgehog, and Manic, like, tries to take care of it, and it's actually extremely ugly. And then it, like, falls and it just breaks. And then he's like, it's a robot, dudes! What? That was really weird. Oh my gosh. This thing is just, No, Roblox, Ali 255. It's not finished. It's this. Hang on. It's this picture, right? And it's with this. I'm just working on Sonic himself, and I usually isolate the character from the background sometimes. So I can really focus on just getting it nice. And then when it's done, I can add in some nice shadowing and stuff like that. That's why I do it that way. Alright. Yeah, that was a really weird episode. Also, Sonia was, like, really annoying from what I remember. She was just always rude.
Manic, you're dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. She was just annoying and had a voice exactly like that. And the weird thing is they kind of tried to make it like the Saturday morning Sonic cartoon. Like, based off of, the one with Sally, Acorn, and the Freedom Fighters. They kind of based it off of that, but just... I don't know what happened. It was weird. I think it only had one season, too. No, Gonzalo. I use an iPad Pro and a app called AstroPad. And it connects it to my computer, and it kind of works like a Cintiq. Really? That's pretty cool, though, CJ. I'm at, like, I think I'm close to the 3-minute mark with this. Which is great, because I can't wait to finish it and be done and stuff. Sonia has Inspector Gadget's voice. I mean, kinda. It's like the nasally sounding thing, so it's like,
Oh, gee.
you know.
Eh.
And Inspector Gadget's like, I'm always on duty. Yeah, okay, I'm done. That's like a Squilliam. Never mind. Oh, you mean like, isn't the Intuos one that it's like you have to just look directly at the computer screen? I used to have those. I think I had an Intuos, and yeah, I can't do, yeah, my hand-eye coordination, man. But yeah, respect, man. Alright, let's hopefully get this correct. I don't know how these look. They look a little big, but it can work. I mean, technically, yes, Blue Chimp. But, like, I'm animating on a computer using an iPad as a drawing tablet. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Do I use 2s or 6s? I don't animate on 6s usually. I animate on 2s most of the time. Like, a mix of 1s and 2s is for this particular part, where Sonic's like, no, 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 because he sees it like a spider. But then, this part's gonna probably be on 2s, but right now it's on 4s. I didn't in between it. But if I'm doing slower things, I'll sometimes do it on 3s just to save me time. That's just preference. I don't recommend it. I only do it because it's like, okay, I can get it done a little faster this way. Without having to use as many drawings, I can cut it down. Just a little bit. And hopefully get things accomplished. But if it needs an in-between, I usually will add it. Alright, I think we have a finished frame, except for this part, so let's finish it. Hey, that works. Stupid fish, sushi. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I based those characters off of the Warner siblings, Blue Chimp. I did. So yeah, that's cool to see that you, kind of noticed that. Like, I mean, one of the kids is obviously just wacko. I mean, obviously. The other ones aren't as obvious, but... I've thought of making more cartoons with those characters, but, I really want to make sure I have people that want to watch, stuff. Like, if they want to watch, original cartoons, cool, but most people like parodies, so I'm kind of sticking with that for now. Okay, good news. I have these two keys done, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some in-betweens, because then he has to land. Okay, my only problem is it doesn't look right. Oh my gosh. Like, his head gets a little too large here, so I'm gonna shrink it down. I don't usually like doing this, but I may need to. Just a moment. Hopefully I can get this right. Okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. No. Select. No. Select. Alright, I'm gonna use my mouse at this point. There we go. Now we can shrink the head, and it'll hopefully look a little better than whatever that was. Alright. I think this will work. So, like, I don't know. With an in-between, I think I can get away with this, but that's not very good. Yeah, I draw better on paper as well. Drew the artist. Yeah. Paper is the way to go. If you can draw on paper, because sometimes it's just a real pain to try and figure out how to do things digitally. Alright, so what it's gonna be is I'm gonna do these in between, so you're gonna get to see me do some rough drawings, which is kind of refreshing. So that'll be fun. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the flipping method, a little bit. Not 100%, but some onion skin. So the good thing is actually this rough drawing, I may not actually need an in-between. This could be the in-between. So it's like, because I have Yeah, I think that'll work. So I'll just do this one, which will just use the onion skin. Yeah, I'm gonna probably put that up online soon, Luke. I just wanted to start with the first one I did, which was the rock. But seriously, that was like the first reanimated collab I ever joined in. Yeah, 2s and 1s doesn't automatically make it better, but I would say it's better to learn with 2s and 1s. Because if you only do 3s and 4s, you're not really... I mean, you can learn timing that way, but it's better to learn with 2s. Because you're working with 24 frames per second, and you want to utilize it as best you can. Like, hang on, I'll show you. I did this spider today. And, I animated this little spider thing. And the spider I did on, 3s. 3s can be good for slow things, like the spider turning. I don't know if it'll play well. Yeah, like, you know, it looks fine. Because, you know, it's slow and it's subtle, so it's like you don't really need to, add all the extra detail necessarily. It's just preference, but I would say 2s are better. It'll definitely improve the quality of it, but if you want to save time, then yeah, 3s are good. Back to Sonic. Yeet. Alright, Sonic time. So we were on this frame. Yeah, I based it off of the spider boss from Sonic Mania. Man, I almost feel guilty calling you Stupid Fish, because that's your username. I'll just call you Fish, if you don't mind, or Sushi, or something. Yeah, like, 3s and 4s can work. It just is like, you know, 2s and 1s, like, for character acting, if it's not really... Okay, if you're doing, like, slow stuff, it's understandable to use 3s and 4s. But it will look better if you animate it on 2s. It just will, because, you know, more in-betweens. If you have your forms consistent, it'll look really nice. But yeah, for slow stuff, I tend to use 3s. If I can get away with it. I don't like doing that, but sometimes I have to just because of time. Alright. My rough drawings are extremely rough, because I have to move quickly. I gotta go fast! I see where you're coming from, Luke. Like, okay, if you have good keys and good breakdowns... I wish I could show you guys, but it'll be a major spoiler. But I didn't even have to in-between it much, and you can kind of follow the actions very well. And that's what makes good animation. Like, good animation is understanding the main poses, if your poses tell the story, show the emotion correctly. And if you have that, then your in-between should work if you know timing and spacing. And I'm trying to think of if I have an example I could show you, but I don't think so. But, yeah, even with, yeah, anyway. Anyhow, let's try and get this to work. I'm trying to think if I had a file. I know I've worked on something with very few in-betweens, and just flipping through it, you kind of can see a good action. And that's the main thing. If it like, fluidity isn't just like how smooth the animation looks. Motion tweening can look smooth and not look fluid. It can look really janky. But if you know what you're doing, it can look good. Like, fluid animation is really like, does it make sense? Does the character show weight? Are the arcs right? That kind of thing. Alright, let's see if I can get this X right. I'm not sure. I think I got this wrong. Yeah, I did. His head's turning. Why didn't I do that? Alright, there we go. I know where you're coming from, Luke, but I would say that if the animation's choppy, your poses are wrong. Like, you can have keyframes and breakdowns, right? Flip between those things, scroll through it, not in between, and it can look smooth. It can look fluid if you have your arcs right. If you have your principles down, it'll look fine. It would look better with the in-betweens. But I've seen, like, if you mean, like, good drawings looking choppy, then yeah, I understand where you're coming from. It's like, it's kind of, there's a balance that you have to kind of learn over time. Like, I'm still learning it. But yeah, you can definitely have choppy animation and good drawings and nice poses. But if you know what you're doing with the poses, like how the arcs work, which is one of the biggies, squash and stretch, you can just scroll through it. I don't know if I have it. Shoot. You know what? I'll look for it. Just a sec. You're gonna see the animation window disappear. Yeah. I'll show you. Alright. So this was something I did as an example. I'm hosting the Zelda CDI Reanimated collab. The animator ended up doing something different, which is fine. And I wanted to show him like what he could do with the face. This is like richer. You see how like the movement flows like with the jaw. You see how it kind of richer. This is an in-between. It's just, you know, you can see it just works. So, you know, I know where you're coming from. In-betweens don't matter. And this is on 4s technically, but I'm just scrolling. This isn't timed out or anything. But it just... This is a key. And this would be kind of a key. This would be a breakdown. You know? And this would be a breakdown. So it's richer. Yeah, so, you know, that's just how I feel about the subject, that's all. Yeah, music helps too. I think that's more on the post-production side of the thing. But sometimes you're right though, CJ, because like cartoons like Tom and Jerry, even Disney movies, they'll have a rough score. So they'll just compose a rough idea of the music they want. And then they'll have the animators animate to the timing and tempo of the score. So it all kind of works together. Oh, thank you. It was really a quick thing I put together as an idea. I was just trying to like help with the facial animation ideas. That's all. But it's alright. He did an awesome job with the final scene, which once the collab comes out, you'll get to see it. We have a bunch of talented animators, which is really awesome. It's gonna be fun. But you know, let's get this going. But yeah, in-betweens are important. They're important. Alright, I don't know how I feel about this in-between, speaking of which. I think it'll work, but I think I make him too big. I think that's what's going on. If we compare his size here to this, he's just a tad big. So I'm gonna shrink him down a little bit. And, oh shoot. Let's see if that fixes what I'm noticing. I don't like it when that happens, but I got a little off model. Alright, let's see if this works. Alright, I think this is gonna screw up some things. Let's try this. I don't know. I think that'll work actually. Yeah, that's better. And this frame definitely needs to be shrunken down. Alright, I think that's good. Now we are going to try and shrink it down. I mean, I don't really have the time, but I see where you're coming from, Luke. Have you animated before? Like, I don't think I've seen any of your animation, to be honest. But we also are out of scenes now. But you know. You know what? I'm not gonna change the rough too much. I'll just, yeah, but it's so darn off that. You know what? It can work. It can work. This can work. I'm just trying to convince myself this will work. Let me hit save. All right. One moment. I don't really watch on Blue Chimp. Not really. I think I may watch one or two, and that's about it. I don't watch a lot of Storytime animators. I mean, respect to them. I'm glad they're doing well. I just, a lot of it, like you say, I mean, I wouldn't say they're not animators, but, you know, a lot of it's not even animation. Like, no offense to them. A lot of it's kind of more like a storyboard / animatic, and that's fine. If that's what they can do, it makes sense. They need to make long videos to work with the algorithm and upload frequently. So, you know, I'm not gonna beat anyone up for doing it. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your question, Kuki Karamu. I hope I didn't read your last name wrong here. Alright, so what do you think? Should Sonic have 5 or 4 fingers? I think 5. I like him with the 5 fingers. But if you want to draw him with 4, then that's fine. Oftentimes it's much easier. But it's a lengthy dialogue scene. Okay. So you don't have like a tablet or anything you could try and draw on, even with your finger? Luke? Because, you know, there's a lot of apps you could try. What you could do is if you make a nice setup, you can download a free thing for your phone, a stop motion app. Just take the pictures of the frames, if you can line them up right. And then it could work. Then you could sort of like, you know, see how it worked with your timing and whatnot. Oh, okay. Understandable. what are my thoughts on Marine the Raccoon? I think she's only in one game, isn't she? Gonzalo? Well, I think she's in another one, but she's really only in Sonic Rush Adventure, I think. Something like that. I mean, I didn't get far in the story mode, so not really, I can't really provide any thoughts on the character. But I don't know what happened to her. Oh, great to hear, Sophie. Thank you for telling me. That's awesome. I gotta wrap up my scene. Busy finishing this thing. Just taking like hours upon hours of time. But I'm almost done with my scene. What Mario game is this music from? These are remixes of those Mario songs. This one I think is... Ah, shoot. You know what? Let me check. This is Dire Dire Docks. And it's a remix from a guy called NoteBlock. He's got some awesome remixes that you should totally check out. I have an iPad and Rough Animator and Stop Motion Pro, but the downside is I'm not very good at drawing digitally. Someone suggested I should get a drawing glove so my hand doesn't feel off using it. You know what I use? Because I draw on an iPad. Do you have a stylus? I mean, it's okay if you don't. But I use it's sort of a cover over the screen. It's called Paper-like, and it makes it a lot more like paper. So your finger or your stylus won't glide on the screen as much. But I have thought of getting a glove myself, because I think what happens is my hand starts to sweat and it causes the lines to get all weird, like you saw earlier on the stream. Okay, you have a computer? Danny Toons Animation? Because I actually have a free thing on here. The Shiny Reanimated? Oh, is that the song from Moana, you mean, CJ? Sounds like it's that song from Moana. So, like, I would recommend, if you want to use a computer, Danny Toons, there's something called Pencil 2D. I haven't used it in, like, for any of my videos, okay? But, that's how I started, kind of, to be honest with you. That's how I started with learning animation. It's a good way to start. Oh, okay, cool. So it is a Moana Reanimate. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I had the old Apple Pencil, and what happened was that little adapter thingy broke. You know, you can just plug it into your iPad to charge it. I don't like doing that, but that's what I did. I'd do it overnight, so it'd be fully charged. It's awkward, but you know, that's how I charged my stylus. If you're talking about an Apple Pencil, yeah, on iPad there's a bunch of good animation apps. The most recent one that I really like to use is called Rough Animator. It is really good, and it costs a little bit of money, but it's awesome. It's really good for frame-by-frame animation, and they're adding a bunch of features, like well, I know they're adding a camera. I don't know what other features. Okay, I kind of oversold it there, but it's really good. It's really nice. Good drawing tools. Really, really good. There's another one called Animation Creator HD. and I used this for years. So, yeah. Now I don't use it for videos or trying to make colored final animation. If I use it for rough animation, and that's also what I do for Rough Animator as well. Flip-a-Clip's good. There's some good things with it. I mean, hey, if you can draw in it, set the frame rate, that's good. The only thing I don't like is the free version of Flip-a-Clip doesn't let you use the onion skin for in-betweens very well. Like, here, I can see the next drawing and the previous drawing. On Flip-a-Clip, I think you can only see, like, the previous drawing, and that's it. So that's a bummer, unless you get the paid version, I think. But, you know, a lot of people have made good stuff on Flip-a-Clip. Oh, yeah, it's probably not charged. Have you tried charging it using the iPad? Like, it just takes time. Sometimes it takes, like, you know, a couple of minutes, maybe an hour to even show some battery life. Either that or it may need to be replaced, which I hope not. But, yeah, I used to use that Apple Pencil. I now have the new iPad Pro. Like the iPad Pro 2 with the Apple Pencil 2. Really nice to not have to stick it into the iPad to charge it, because I had that little adapter thing broke. It broke on me as well. So I know where you're coming from. And drawing with your finger is not fun. How long did it take me to make the crying old Sonic frame? Okay, that actually didn't take that long, Malik. That took maybe an hour or two. Maybe a little longer, because I made some adjustments. The teardrop falling, I animated in this program. But Sonic himself, I drew him in a separate animation. I'm sorry, not animation program. I drew it in an app called Procreate. And that is, it's a illustration app. I use that for my just doodles or illustrations. So yeah. Oh, it has a lot of in-app purchases. Okay. Yeah, I don't really use it. I mean, I've seen people do some cool stuff in Flip-a-Clip. I think maybe one or two of our people in the collab have used Flip-a-Clip. So the Zelda collab that myself and Art with Artemis are hosting. Alright, let's see if I can get this right. Alright, that looks nice-ish. I don't like the eye, never mind, it looks off. Just want it to look right. It was really detailed, so that's awesome that you did it in an hour. Thank you, Malik. I think I did it in an hour. Because, you know, when you're focused on certain things, time kind of goes by. Maybe it was over an hour. It kind of might have been because of all the shading, but, you know, it was fun. The trouble I had was with the mouth, actually, trying to make sure he looked really sad. That was probably the most trouble I had with it. I'm close to done, Luke, with the Zelda. I only have 6 frames, and I don't know why I haven't just finished it. I've mostly been working on this. Yeah, Procreate's a fun app. Really worth checking out if you want to just get a nice illustration app. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hey, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I'll just call you Sushi, because, yeah. But that's cool. What is the song I used in the end of basically Sonic 1? I forgot what it's called. I forgot. I'm sorry. I would tell you, but I forgot. So, yeah. I think some people have mentioned the name of it in the comments. Possibly. Oh, let's see. I don't know how this is gonna work. Yeah, I've heard of Something Else YT. He's a storytime animator. He's got some pretty decent animation in there. I don't really watch him, but I've seen a video or two of his. Alright, let's smooth this line. I don't really know if that worked, but it'll have to do. Okay. Alright, see you, Allie. Let's hopefully get this right. Oh no, it doesn't look right. It'll probably work though. So we'll give it a shot. Alright, sounds cool. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, let's see if I can get the shoe finished. What's my favorite reanimated collab I worked on? That's a good question. I like all of them. I mean, they're all really satisfying. I think the quality, I like the Kirby one the best. The Kirby reanimated collab. Bandicoot reanimated was really fun. I mean, it was a very long scene that yeah, that was pretty intense. But no, that one was a good collab. What other one was I on? The Hotel Mario reanimated is also a really good one. That one, you know what? That might be my favorite. Because it was the last scene available. It was the first one. And I happened to get it, and I was super happy to get it, and yeah. And that's what I use at the beginning of my live streams. Oh wow, really, Luke? I know what that's from, because I've edited the Zelda CDI reanimated collab. Wow. I bet most people are like, what? But I don't know if you knew this, but you can actually see timing charts in the widescreen versions of those cutscenes. Really weird. And you're like, why would they scan in their timing charts when it's kind of obvious they don't know completely what they're doing with the charts? I mean, well, they did their best, so respect. show an animation error, Cynthia? I don't know what I'm doing with this in between. I'm kind of just chilling. Once I'm done with this in between, I have one more, and then I think I'll be done with the hopping part. Then I have the part where Sonic falls on his face, and then this part will be done. But I might save some more work for another stream with this one. Mateo asks if I have a dog. No, I love dogs, but I have allergies and that is really sad. It's like a forbidden love. Alrighty. Almost done. I don't even know how long I've been streaming for. Yeah, that's actually true, Sushi. Yeah, I did, Luke. I did experiment with Luigi's Walk a couple times. Because I didn't know what I was gonna do. It was like, it was so hard to figure out because, for starters, I did a really goofy walk for Mario with his butt, right? Because you don't have a lot to work with when they're facing well, their backs are facing the camera. So I'm like, okay, I want this to be funny. It's the opening of the collab. So I'm like, all right, we'll just make Mario's butt over exaggerated. And actually his proportions are very close to how he's drawn in Hotel Mario. So that's also very funny. But Luigi, I kind of just did whatever I wanted with it. But with that, it was kind of tough to get the final result. Figuring out his legs. I based some of his walk off of Goofy and a thing I've seen in the Animator survival kit with like the swooping legs, sort of like going out and inward. So you can kind of see it with his walk. And with the butt, I don't even know. I just wanted, I thought, okay, Mario's is going like side to side, so I just wanted Luigi's to go up and down. You know, just up and down, and yeah, that's kind of what I ended up doing. It was either that or like extremely stretchy legs. And I kind of didn't like it. I'm like, eh. Nothing that really worked. I wanted him to stay in time with Mario. But, yeah, I have that as a video I could probably upload eventually. Alright, let's get this going. Do you do it all by yourself? Kind of, but not really. My sister helps with backgrounds, Prison Mike. So, like, some of the backgrounds in my cartoons, she'll do them for me if I really don't have the time. Like, for this, she's making quite a few backgrounds, and she's doing an excellent job. Her channel is Art with Artemis, so if you haven't subscribed to her yet, you should definitely check out her channel. You can find her channel by going to my channel, and you'll see on the side channels, and she's in the list. Currently the only one in the list, but yes. You can definitely find her channel. She does awesome art videos. And considering that she's just starting YouTube, she's done a great job. And she also does voices, so if I need a female voice actress, I will ask her, and she'll do the recording. So that's fun. Alright. Let's see. Oh shoot, what did I do? I just screwed up the drawing. How long do you make animations? Okay, so Clayton, do you mean like how long does it take to make animation? Or how long have I been animating? If you're asking how long I've been animating since I was, I don't know, I was really young. I mean, at least learning, so, you know, almost a decade, technically. But doing stuff like this, this in particular, 4 years, like on Flash. And that's how I really started to advance, because it lets you really experiment with things, learning, and yeah. I didn't really know how to use the tools I had properly until I got Flash. And it's a lot of learning along the way. If you mean cartoons, okay, how long does it take? That varies on how long the cartoon is, how complicated it is. So like the Isabelle cartoon, I made that in like on and off for like 2 days. So, well, on and off, in total it would make about 2 days work. But, I mainly just did it whenever I had the spare time and was getting stressed from this. So it depends. That reuses a lot of animation and drawings. So it's not going to take as long as this, where I'm not reusing as much animation and drawings. There's a lot of things to be done. This is 5 minutes, and that other cartoon with Isabelle is like 1.5. So I can't always perfectly say, oh, I can finish this in so much amount of time, but I can say, I can kind of estimate, like, okay, I know this isn't too complicated, and if it's only so long, I could kind of give you a sort of date. Like, okay, I could try and get it done by then. Like, I don't know. Still working out the time it takes to make things. Especially since now I'm trying to be a little more consistent with my uploads on YouTube. So yeah, it's just learning right now for me, like how long it'll take. But this in particular, I've been working almost non-stop for 2 months. So yeah, this had better be a good episode. Is this the finale episode of basically the Sonic movie? Technically it kind of is, Blue Chimp. But if they make a sequel, I will consider making another, basically the Sonic movie cartoon. I'll consider it. Not a promise that I'd make one, but, you know, it's something to consider making if there's a sequel. Alright, let's get this moved over a little bit. Alrighty. Dang, we've held really consistent viewers. Huh. Glad you guys are enjoying the stream, because, yeah. Mostly it's just me drawing and talking. And drawing. I don't even know how long I've been streaming. I've been streaming about 2 hours, I think. So, yeah. Let's go. Almost done with this part. And then... Alright. If I could just connect this. Alright. Sorry, I haven't looked at the chat in a moment. What do you think you're going to animate after part 3? I have a few ideas. I'm thinking about a Mario cartoon. Yeah. Something not, and it doesn't mean I won't do Sonic stuff in the future, but I want to kind of vary my videos a little bit. That way people can expect different things, you know? And enjoy different things. But yeah, no, Sonic's not done. Like, of course, I probably will make Sonic stuff still. But I do want to do some different things. And I don't like this in-between. For starters, his hands kind of shrink. Now this one's fine. This one's not as good as it should be. can cheat it just by this. And there we go. Alright, that'll work. Alright, back to the chat. Can you tell us if anybody of Sonic is coming? You're gonna have to find out. I'll leave it at that. But that is a very good question, Power the Hedgehog. That is a very good question that you're gonna have to just discover and find out when the video comes out. Darn it. I gotta figure out the little knot thingy. The other thing is I just realized I screwed it up. It's supposed to be attached to... Hold on, let me hit save. I want to look at how it's done here. Yeah, see, it's attached to the back, and it doesn't... Now here it looks like it, but on this frame, it's not, so I need to fix that. Make an animation of Kirby, and make Kirby with like a deep voice. Super deep voice. It would be funny because you'd never think to hear Kirby with such a deep voice. Not a bad idea, Dunce DX Animation. Not a bad idea. I'd have to think about it. Because I do like Kirby. Kirby is cool. So I'd have to think about it, but that's a neat idea. I'd have to think of how to play the joke. Like, kind of make the joke work. But, yeah. Will you make me a cake? I cannot make you a cake, I'm afraid. I'm not an expert baker, so can't really do that, Drew the artist. Alright, let's get this deleted here. And alright, now I'm concerned about where the strings go, where the ends of the rope go. Alright, I guess since he's going up, they're gonna go down. So we can just do that. Alright, fixed that. Now, I'm gonna go back here, draw in the knot. Thank you for the compliment, Cat. Alright, C is sidekick of side. Alright. Andre asks, so Patch, is Fred a parasite or an enigma? Okay, I really like screwed that up. He's a Fred. There you go. That's the answer. He's a Fred. Any of you who don't know who Fred is, you missed my live streams before then, because Fred is awesome. He's like everyone's friend. Fred is just a staple of the Patch Tunes YouTube channel. I gotta find a way to bring Fred back. Make his grand return. Have to think about it. Have to think about it. Pizza's cool. Pizza's good, CJ. What kind of pizza would you go for? I like bacon pizza, that's just me. Or pepperoni. Or cheese. Yeah, that's about it, but still, you know. Almost done with this in between. Alright. Cool. I think we finished it. Once we get rid of this, boom. Alright, now let's see, by getting rid of the sketch, we can just kind of... Okay, only problem is his head's like changing size. Like here, it's fine actually. This is just too big on this frame. So let's just shrink it down. Either that or shrink him entirely, which I think I might actually do. Yes, let's shrink him. Because I kind of screwed up. This is why tying down drawings is so important. Like here, I screwed up. Like his form, like especially like his face, it's shrinking and not really squashing. So I might change that right now if I can. If not, no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it because I reuse it. See, that's why tie downs are so important. Fred should make a cameo. I agree with you. I really do agree. Sorry, the chat just... Yeah, I agree with you, Sushi. Okay. So that's your favorite. Cool. Now I have to figure out the in-between for this thing, which I kind of have an idea because I wanted him to turn, but don't I already have that frame here? So would this frame work? Or is it just me hoping to not have to draw? Which is probably the case here. That, and I screwed up the size of his shoes. No, that actually kind of works. Yes, that is a perfect way to not have to draw more Sonic. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to put these frames into sequence by looking at our rough and lining it up as best we can with that. Also with the shoes from the previous frame. Okay, that's good. So we got this one. Next frame is this one. Now I'm kind of doing this by hand, only because I really want to make sure I get this right. It probably would have been better to do the next key, but we'll be fine. All right, so this is our frame here. All right, that looks fine. Now for this frame. Yeah. I think that's... Yeah, that's good. So, next frame, he kind of lands here. So I may need to shift some more frames over. I'm only doing it this way because it's going to save me time. The goal is to save time so I can just chill. I hope that looks right. Yeah, I mean, it works. I can't go for perfect because if I do, then this cartoon won't come out like I want it to. All right, so here actually, he makes a bigger jump. And I'll, because it's the last jump in this loop, and it leads to him falling on his face, which I might actually do, depending on the time spent. Alright, we can put him here. Alright, there's a reason I'm doing it this way. Because he's gonna go up a little extra here. When he goes up a little extra, it kind of prepares him to get into this pose, and then wham, on his face. So, let's see how that looks. I'm gonna hit save though, just so I don't lose anything. So he freaks out. Yes, that looks good. I like it. I mean, the only thing I don't like is how his feet just snap. Maybe I do need to do this in between. So I'm going to consider that, but I think it'd be more fun to move on to this next frame. But in the meantime, I'm going to just look at the chat and take a bit of a break from drawing and eat an apple. All right, let's see. Sonic seems to have gone through a lot of process for making this movie. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, if you mean the actual movie, yeah, he went through a lot of changes from what I've seen so far. Like the concept art. On one of the frames, there's no tail. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Thank you, Sushi. Just for that, you're now a mod. Thank you very much. Alright, let's fix that. Unless it didn't work. I thought I put you guys in... No, yeah, it works. Alright. Maybe give the shoes a squash in the frame where it snaps. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That could work. That could definitely work, CJ. Hang on. I'm just making sure I'm on the right frames. Alright. This one. Alright. I think that was a bad idea. No, I mean, it works. Just kind of screwed up the smoothness on this part of the line. Sometimes when you overlap things in this program, it gets a little buggy. But that might work, CJ. I'll consider giving that a shot. But first, just want to make sure I get this fixed. Cool. So let's look into that. Since you gave me that idea. Yeah, see, like... I could have done a squash. That's not a bad idea. Let's go to the actual landing. Like here, you're saying? Let's see. Not sure how that'll do. I'm just gonna cheat it here. Make it basic. Make it simple. No, I'm gonna just play it and not bother about the gap. And that might actually work. I think so. Yeah, it'll save me. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, CJ. Thank you. See, now you guys are helping me. That's good. That's why I make you guys mods. I'm just kidding. Alrighty. There we go. Now, to fix the problem. Gonna go to this frame. Go over here. Uh-oh. Alright, let's... Hang on a second. Just do that. Now, I don't know if that'll... you know what? It's worth trying to make it work. Yeah, I think that works. Thank you, CJ. Blue Chimp asks, did you ever use Flash CS6? No, I think I downloaded it once with the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, but I started with Adobe Flash CC. Yes, Sonic is very silly. Look how silly, guys. He's trying to escape getting bit by a spider, tied up on a bucket. That's a knee slapper. No, I don't know. That's kind of sad. Alright. Now let's get this frame done. Ah, that stinks, Andre. Thank you for the cookie, man. Right, let's see if I can... Okay, so the head is a little... It's close, but I think it's a little large. So I'm gonna draw it and then shrink it down. I kind of screwed up the roughs. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of screwed up the roughs, but we'll get it to work. I think after this frame, I'll wrap up and do sketch requests. The moment everyone joins the stream for. Well, I don't know about that, but it's one of the fun parts of the stream. Or if I just get tired and just want to jump to the sketch requests. I don't know. Okay, let's connect the lines. Boom. Yeah, I play Mario Maker 2, Frederick. It's fun. Blue Chimp asks, do you use smear frames? Rarely, but yes, I will once in a while if I really feel I can get away with it and it'll look better. But the one thing I avoid smear frames for, well, the one reason is because I think it's obvious. Smear frames are very obvious. If you're doing a quick action, you may as well just in between it. Normally, solid. But there's nothing wrong with using a smear frame if you feel you need it. I use them sometimes, but I tend to avoid it. But that's just preference. If you're going for really cartoony stuff, then yeah, smears are good. Thank you, Quinlan. Alright, let's get this going. Alright, cool. Let's see. Hey, I'm glad you like the music, Andre. If any of you are interested in, oh shoot. Sorry, hang on. I was about to plug this guy's music. No! Alright, hang on, let me fix it, I'm sorry. There we go. Alright. If any of you like the music, check out a YouTube channel called NoteBlock. He does remixes of a bunch of video game music. He does a great job. And he lets me use his music, which is awesome. So yes, definitely check NoteBlock's channel out and give him some support by subscribing to him and watching his stuff. Let's see if I can get this going. Alrighty. Eventually I want to add a little animated thing in the corner of this stream. That'd be nice. Like a loop. little animated loop of something. Maybe me drawing or something, or I don't know. Something to keep it cool. I used to do that. Alright, maybe his eyes will be a little bigger here. It's kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie, but anyway. Yeah, or check the link in the description. Thank you, Andre. Alright, there, that works. What kind of animating program you use right now? This is called Adobe Animate CC. It used to be called Adobe Flash. And yeah, it does what I need it to. Very grateful to have it. Alright, let's get this going. Once I'm done with this frame, I think it will be sketch request time, which will be really fun. If any of you don't know what sketch requests are, it's when I let you guys basically request a sketch or drawing of a character for the end of the stream. I usually do like 2 or 3 of those. So yeah, if any of you have a request you'd like me to draw a specific character, be sure to let me know when I tell you it is time for sketch requests. But I'm just letting you know ahead of time, so you have something to look forward to. Uh-oh. Trying to get that right. There we go. Alrighty. Looks good. You know what? I think this will work. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be preferred that the request be something I haven't drawn. Something that challenges me a little bit. And something that'd be fun for the stream. Once I drew Baby Thanos, which was, like, legendary. Also really dumb, but it was kind of hilarious, so... If you have any requests, I'll be taking them at the end of the stream. Because it's just a fun, nice way to close off. That everybody can chill. Actually, patch just comes from the word eye patch. Moncula. That's where I got it from. Hence why my character wears an eye patch. But also because I have a lazy eye, but my eye doesn't drift or anything, so we didn't catch it till I was much older. But yeah. So sometimes I'll wear an eye patch to strengthen my eye. I haven't done that much lately though, because I'm working on this! Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. This frame's taking a while. I'm not gonna lie, it's taking some time. The good thing is, I'm almost done. I haven't really played Pokemon, so I don't know about that, Devin. I've thought of making a video, kind of loosely based off Pokemon, but I won't talk much about it because, yeah, it's a good idea, and I want to make sure, I get it all figured out. It's funny though. Something I've wanted to make a long time. Alright. See you, CJ. If you're leaving the stream, that is. Hey, Oscar. Glad to see you here, man. You joined when really chill music started, so that's cool. This is like Mario elevator music. I could imagine that. Like, I don't know. Mario's in the Nintendo office and this just is playing. He's trying to get to an important meeting. Dude, I should make that. Man. Well, I gotta make this first, so. But that could be an idea for the future. Or I could do a Nintendo and The Office spoof. I haven't really watched The Office, but I kind of get the idea. I've only seen like a clip, I think. Alright, cool, CJ. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work here. Winging it usually works. Alright, not usually. Don't wing everything. Do your best to learn. Because if you just wing everything, then you don't really quite have it fully. If you have a Twitter, Kookie, you could always tag me. I'm at PatchTunes on Twitter, if you have a Twitter. Or you could upload it to YouTube. And I'll try to see it. But I appreciate it, that's really awesome. Alright, let's get this going here. Cool. Yeah, I don't know, I just kind of thought about it. Like, I could totally imagine Mario, like, just in an elevator, trying to get somewhere important. Maybe the elevator gets stuck. It's like the mockumentary style, so it's like, you know, it's like he's interviewed. It's like, I didn't expect the elevator to stop with Yoshi on it, or something like that. I don't know. Just be kind of a goofy idea. I'd look into it. I don't know if I'll do it. You'll have to find out, Malik. You'll have to find out. Next time on Sonic the Movie cartoon series. It wasn't supposed to be a series, but became a series by PatchTunes. Yeah, I don't have a name for this series except basically the Sonic movie. Funnily enough, it has nothing to do with the plot of the movie at this point. But it is going to be very enjoyable, I hope. A monkey and a bat, I'm assuming, Monkula? Like, I'm getting closer. I wouldn't say like I'm super duper close, but I am getting much closer to finish. I don't think it'll be too much longer. I hope not. But I'm at a very intense scene, so I want to make sure I pay attention to it and I make it look good. And then there's like a part at the end. Alright, I won't get too deep into it. I don't want to spoil it. But I want to make sure it's a good cartoon, good ending, solid ending that everyone's like, oh yeah, that was really satisfying. I didn't feel disappointed, you know, that kind of thing. Alright, I think this is good. Let's turn off this. Oh shoot, I didn't want to do Yeah, that works. I think that works. Add and Knuckles to the title. Oh, that'd be great, but I don't have Knuckles in it. I could do a really good gag where it's like Knuckles isn't in it, the title's called And Knuckles, right? And then at the very end, a Knuckles just shows up. He's like, oh no. And then it just ends with a flashing text saying, there's Knuckles, and then it just ends. I don't know. Don't worry, it's actually got a really good ending, I think. It's pretty funny. Alright. Funnily enough, this doesn't even look like rope right now. Next thing you know, Sonic's gonna pull on Avengers Endgame and the other characters from the games show. Yeah, I think that would make sense, Sushi. I think that would make sense. I mean, well, I'm not gonna spoil anything from the movie, but yeah, I could see that happening. They said that if they make a sequel, Tails would be kind of like the Nick Fury. So it's like, huh. So he's gonna round up everybody? Does that mean he'll help round up like Knuckles? And I don't know how they go about it. Like, how in the world would Sonic meet Tails? Those kind of things aren't really disclosed, so you know, that's interesting. I hope they make more movies. Just be something fun, something enjoyable. And I screwed up his legs. All right, we'll fix it. Once I'm done with this frame, we will do sketch requests, and then I will sign off. Oh yeah, definitely, Andre. Dude, I remember when that Knuckles meme. I knew the origins of it before it was even a meme. Like, I just thought it was something funny from it's from this guy called Gregzilla, and he made a review for Sonic Lost World, and in there he had the clip of Knuckles saying, "Oh no." And then what people did was they took the clip, and some of them put it to music because he did it himself when animating it. And then I guess someone thought it was really funny to put it into VR chat, and it became a VR chat legend because of the internet. Yeah, that's what happened with that. It's kind of funny though, knowing where that came from. Is like, oh man. I don't think I think the guy even kind of almost disowns the meme too. He's like, yes, I made it. I didn't realize it would be what it is. No, but Gregzilla is a really good animator, from what I've seen. Yeah, sketch requests. It's a fun thing I do at the end of live streams, where people get to request random stuff to sketch. Then I stop streaming when it's over. No, it's really fun, Oscar. Yeah. Let's get this going here so we can get to the sketch requests, because those are the fun parts. I think I've heard of that. Isn't that like a bootleg SpongeBob movie, Dunce DX Animations? I think it is. It's like a weird 3D SpongeBob ripoff. At least if I'm remembering the right thing. Because, yeah. I think that's what it is. You saw my cameo? Cool. Because I put it there. I did it also so no one would steal it. But also, it just makes a nice little joke. Well, not really a joke, just a cool Easter egg. Alrighty, let's get this done. And I kind of screwed up, darn. Flashes, drawing tools are fun. They actually can be, but sometimes they're not that fun. Okay. Okay, Moncula. That makes sense. Kind of. Do. Almost done. Then we can do the sketch requests. Alright, let's get this here. Oh, my neck hurts. I'm drawing too long. Gotta get up soon. Oh, that's a good point, Oscar. A lot of people get all like, "Oh, I made the animation meme." Well, that's understandable to a degree. I can see it being a little overkill. Like, some people get... I think some person patented Inktober. So now no one's doing it in October. It's like, man, that really killed it. Because I think now you're, like, legally... You can be legally responsible. Now I don't even know. What, is mentioning it, like... I don't know. No, I don't think so. I hope not. That'd be scummy. Alright. I'm just gonna do it this way. I think that'll work. Alright, I think we got it. We have the line art done. Now we just have to color it in. So let me select all the red and make it a black outline. And oh no, I forgot to do this thing. Almost there. We're at the home stretch, boys. My goodness, 44 people are watching. That's awesome. A lot of you are starting to like my live streams. That's great. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the support. Because you know, it keeps me going. Kind of. Alrighty. Now we can just color this in, finish up the frame, and we can continue this whole part with Sonic in a future live stream. I'll see what I can do, because I want to save certain bits of lengthier stuff for live streams. But the thing is, also, I don't want to only do one thing of animation for this thing. But I've only worked on this because, you know, like I said, spoilers. That's all right. Oh, you know what? I did forget one thing though. Actually, two things: his tail and the little knot in the back. That'll work. Alright, I think that'll work. I hope. And there we go. It'll do. It will do. The only problem is I really need to work on my consistency. Like his shoes shrink drastically. What the heck? Excuse me, but this ain't looking right, guys. So we're gonna fix it. And, yeah, I gotta work on that. Consistency. I think that would be a more appropriate size. Yeah. Maybe up a little. Okay, and there we go. Now for his gloves. And I'll fix that in a moment. There we go. And I think it is just about sketch request time. So if you have any requests for some awesome sketches to end this live stream with, be sure to start letting me know what you'd like to see me draw, because I think, yeah, that looks fine. There we go. This is like splat. So let's see without the rough. That looks good. I think I like it. This animation. This looks pretty nice. Alright, so while you guys recommend, I'm gonna just open up a new file for the sketches. Alright, let's see. Eggman in Disney World. That is a very... I can't draw Disney World, but I maybe could draw Eggman. Draw Tails, Patrick Star, myself, Animal Crossing, character, human, peoples. Okay, Crash Bandicoot, King K. Rool, or Banjo. Okay, these are some pretty good requests. A classic movie Sonic, JoJo, Lucas and Ness. Draw Scooby-Doo smiling. That might actually be fun. I like a lot of these requests. I'm just trying to pick one. I'm sorry. Alright, let's see what we had. I did like the... You know what? We can try Crash. Let's do Crash Bandicoot. Alright, you're gonna see the animation window disappear because I need to get a reference. Okay, sorry. Let me get a quick reference for Crash Bandicoot, and we will be drawing him. Is there any specific version of Crash you like? I think I would probably go with the Insane Trilogy or the classic one, like the 2D artwork from that. Here's the new design. I don't know. Sorry about that. I'm just looking for a nice reference. Let's see if I can get the one from, like, his... Ah, shoot. I can't find it. I know the pose, kind of. I'm looking... you know what? We can use this. Alright. Here's our reference picture. We'll just do that. So this is our ref layer. We're gonna do our rough next. Sorry about that intermission of nothing there. But I was looking for a good reference, and I think I want to do this one. Now I'll draw them a little different maybe, but we'll see. Should I? Okay, I'm thinking. I think I'll do the rough in red. Actually, I'll do blue. All right. Man, that torso twists, though. Alright, we'll fix the hand. I wasn't looking. I'm just trying to get the basic shapes in. I may need to go over this a little more. Alright, so shoes here. Other shoe here. And now for his face. I'm drawing them a little different because the game model gets a little weird. Alright, we'll fix it. Hang on. I think that now I'll show you what I'm about to do. So this is a really quick sketch, and I'm not huge on it, but I'll show you why I do rough drawings. And this is now called the tie-down phase, and this might take a little longer. I kind of just whip this up so I can work a little quicker, but I'm gonna draw them a little more stylized. Now I'm working on top of this. This is not a cleaned up drawing either, but this is where this is called tie down, and what it is, it's to prepare you for cleanup. It's to get it's to make sure, especially when you're animating, that your forms are correct, that you're not like making one thing too big, one thing too small, but that it looks right. So I don't really like how they did his eyes here. That negative space looks weird. Now, maybe it's partly because if you do like this, it kind of makes the Bandicoot snout. I don't really know. Alright, hang on. Let me look at the reference one more time, because there might be another reference. Yeah, they did that before with his nose. Alright, alright. Sorry about that. Alright, we'll just, we'll do that then. I guess I'm not as familiar with Crash as I thought. And I like Crash. He's a cool character. Huh. Ugh, okay, no. Let's fix that expression right now. One thing I do like about Crash Bandicoot's design is that he's extremely cartoony, so that's nice. And I think I'm getting his shapes wrong, but you know what? We'll work it out. I want to balance out those shapes better. Now, I'm straying away from the rough. I didn't get it right. This one's a little more difficult than I thought. But that's okay. Alright, see you, Blue Chimp. Thanks for coming to the stream. I give him shoulders, I don't know. They give him shoulders, kind of. So that's good. I'm not too proud of that. You know what the best version of Crash I think there is in 2D is the Crash Bandicoot concept art. Really shows you what they were going for. You know what, this will be okay. Let's see. Do I want it here? I don't know. I'm screwing up his hands. It's a little fat-fingered. That's alright. We'll just deal with it. Because I have other sketch requests, possibly. So I don't want to miss those. Some people are extremely good at drawing Crash. Just saying. Alright. Now for the legs. Almost done. Then we'll go to the next thing. I'm only gonna give him 3. Those straps. screwed up the leg too. Darn. I need to practice more. It's alright. Let's get it there. That's better. Alright, I think this is fairly okay. And I guess it's time for the reveal. Boom. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay, let's just move him a little bit. Now, I don't know if he's symmetrical. That's the question. Yeah. Pretty much. Alright, that's pretty good. I would kind of want his arch to be a little more obvious with this back. There we go. There we go. He's got that hunched over kind of thing. Alright. Yeah, there we go. That's Crash Bandicoot right there. Hope you like it, Oscar, if you're still here. Alright. I missed the chat. Apologies for that. Oh, okay. Emerald Elias. So, at the end of streams, what I do is, I do sketch requests, where I let the chat request me to draw things, and I draw them. So, yeah. You know what? I want to fix this a little bit more. Like, this hand is a little small. Maybe that's just me, but... Actually, his forearm is a little small, too. Yeah, that looks better. Oh, shoot. Thank you, Oscar. I'm glad you like it. Alright, so any other, requests, then we'll give it a shot. Alright, a lot of requests from Sonic Central Art Drawer for Tails. Okay. Werehog Sonic. Okay. Thomas. Like, do you mean Thomas the Tank Engine? That'd be a little tricky. Alright. We got 2 requests for Werehog Sonic. I haven't really drawn Werehog Sonic. I think maybe once. Request for Shadow. Animal Crossing. Okay. Lucas and Ness. Roblox Noob Bacon Hair. Okay. Yeah, these are some decent requests. Supersonic. Ah, gee. I mean, there's some good requests in there. I'm trying to think of what I want to draw from those. Ragtime's pretty cool, Gonzalo. Man, I don't know. Alright, let me look. We got Werehog Sonic requests. How about Jim Carrey, Robotnik playing basketball? Let's see. I'm trying to think of something not too complicated. Okay, we got a request for Roblox, 2 requests for Roblox Noob, and 2 requests for... Alright, you know what? Let's try Tails. Sonic Central Art wants Tails, so I'll draw a quick Tails for you. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. Don't worry, I might do another one. Yeah, that's not really how he smiles. He smiles more like, yeah. It's tricky doing angles, certain angles. I personally, I love tails, but my goodness, I don't like his tufts of fur on the side. Trying to fit all 4. Sometimes I simplify it to 3. But I'll do 4. One thing though, I used to draw Tails all the time when I was younger. He was my favorite Sonic character, so we'll give it a shot drawing him. I'm trying to do it from memory, but I don't know how well I'm doing. I mean, well, I know it's close. It's just I don't really like how, okay, what I mean by I don't know how well I'm doing, I mean I don't know if it's symmetrical. I know that's a kind of pointless thing. It's like, well, if it looks good, but you know, I want to get better at keeping my drawing solid. I think his forehead is a little too big, or too wide. What pose should he be doing? I'm thinking. What do you guys think his pose should be? Maybe he could be doing like the whole Sonic epic pose. You know, something like that. I think that's nice. Sort of like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I gave him a different design though, Oscar. I'm trying to go for close to the normal Tails design. I don't know how well I'm doing at that, but you know, I wanna get better at getting things on model. That's really what I want to learn. I think that's pretty close. I just am not sure about his fur on his face here. I don't think it's symmetrical. Darn it, I don't think it is. Nope. Slant. Yeah, that doesn't look right. I knew there was something up. Alright, we can lower it. If anything, it just means I just gotta adjust some things. Yeah, see, that's a little better, I think. Let's try it. It's the tufts of fur. I knew those would catch me off guard. Maybe this. Let's try this. That's a little better. Just a little. I think I can get this fixed when I tie it down. Give him the fluffy tails, and time to tie this fox down. Yeah, okay, I don't know what. Let's just get it going. Let's label this layer, tie for tie down. Boom. Alright, let's go. Sometimes you could put a little fang there, but Tails doesn't really have it, so. Alright. Not sure how I feel about his chin. Oh shoot, it's almost 10 o'clock. Let's see how long this takes. Oh shoot, come on. Let's go. Almost there. Okay, looks good. Except this part. I don't really agree with this statement entirely. I can see where that statement is kind of true, Oscar. The thing is, a character's not on model unless it's drawn consistently. Look at Steven Universe. I'm not trying to bash the show. I haven't really watched it myself. But the thing is, you'll see scenes where characters are completely off model. You can recognize the characters, but then you're like, hold on, this character's way taller than they're supposed to be. Or hold on, this character's, like their torso is too short. You know, that kind of thing. Or even the face. Like, that's, like, silhouette is important. But just because you can recognize a character doesn't mean it's on model. So I tend to disagree. Like, I can see where that comes from, but I don't really agree with it personally. Like, there's an episode in Sonic Underground, for example, where Knuckles is in it. And in that episode, Knuckles is... they're all off model. Like, sure, they look like Knuckles, they look like Sonic, but they aren't interacting properly. They're off model. So, you know, that's kind of, yeah, I'm not adding that. That's kind of where it's important to keep things on model. You know. And I'm still learning that myself. And that's just how I feel about it. Hope this is right. I probably should have flipped the drawing, but I didn't. So I don't know. Yeah, that too, Sushi. So like, things can get off model if you're not paying attention to the construction of the character. In anything, even if the drawing looks good, it's just like, you know, there's something off. I mean, this isn't perfect. I'm not looking at reference. And even if I was, I don't think I'd get it completely 100%. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Creative freedom is important, but you also gotta have the standards. If you think that, oh, well, it looks like the character, eventually it just gets a little complacent with the artwork, and it just can be a mess. And watching it will be kind of unenjoyable, and I don't like this hand I drew. My goodness, I need to work on hands. Or maybe I could just kind of, instead, just have his fingers folded in a little. You know what, that kind of works. We'll come back to that. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. Like, it just kind of looks off, and you're like, you know. What is it? JS Gaming? Oh wait, no. Modern Tales is like something like that, I think. I like the 3 tufts rather than 4. I think 4 is a little excessive. Now for the face it works, but here I think it should just be 3. Draw quickly like Sonic. Yeah, I'm trying, Ali. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm kidding, I'm trying. It's a little tricky though, because I want to make sure it looks right. 1, 2. Alright, I don't like that. It'll do. These are sketches, they're not perfect illustrations. Okay. No up. There we are. Oh, cool. Thank you, JS Gaming, for the subscription. That's really awesome. I appreciate it. Alright, I don't really like how I drew this. This is off model. It'd maybe be like this. But even still, that hand is just off. It's wrong. Especially here. Hands are still something I struggle with. Like, I get most other things a little bit better than I used to, but I still don't like drawing hands. I'll get it, though, eventually. Eventually, I'll be able to draw hands, no problem. Alright, I think this is pretty good. Yeah, we accidentally ended up drawing most of this in blue. Now for his tails themselves. And we'll be done with this. Alright, almost done. I screwed this one up. One thing I like to do with tails, I want to make sure they look really fluffy. Alright, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. And let's see how this looks. Kinda, hang on, I just want to make sure the hand's right. I don't know, I just don't like these fingers. It's my only complaint so far with how this looks like. Maybe some other things with the face need to be corrected too. Yeah, I'm not bothering too much. Let's see if I can kind of get it. This part. Right. Try and get that. I think his eyes are too small anyway. That's alright. Alright. I think that's pretty good. I think only one thing I'd do is maybe do this. Fix his back a little. There we go. There's tails. I just drew tails for you, Sonic Central Art Drawer, so yeah. There's Tails. He looks pretty cool, I think. Hope you like him. Actually, it's 4 till 10, so I think I'm gonna probably just shut the stream off. I'll just draw Fred, and that's it. Fred is here, right here. See, hang on. There's Fred. He's pretty chill. It's Fred. I think he's got like I mean, Fred is essentially Kirby. Just saying. But yeah, there's Fred. Yeah. All right, Fred, you're gonna have to go, man. All right. Well, I think that is it for the stream. I'll show you the drawings we did. We did Crash and Tails. So, thank you all for coming. We got a lot accomplished with Sonic here, him jumping and, you know, away from the spider. All that's left is to do the impact where he hits his face on the floor. So that'll be fun. So yeah, thank you all for all the support, for showing up to the stream, for the awesome sketch requests that we got to do today. And until the next stream, I will see you later. So I will leave the stream with some epic Mario and Luigi walking away. And yeah, so I don't really know how to end the stream. Yeah, so we're just gonna end the stream. Good night, and God bless, and stay healthy.